Hello everyone, welcome you to my YouTube channel. Today's topic is related to Tosca interview questions. I'm going to prepare a series of videos on this. Let me know how you find these videos, and if you have any specific questions, you can mention in the comment. So let's get started. First question is, what is Tosca? So Tosca stands for Topology and Orchestration Specification for Cloud Applications. It is designed by the company called Tricentis. It's a software testing tool. It's an automation tool which is designed for end-to-end software testing. The language on which Tosca is built is C#, but it includes some elements of VB6 and Java as well. Now we are going to discuss what are the features of Tosca. So first feature is model-based test automation, drag and drop feature which allows scriptless automation. We have risk-based testing. We have faster execution, and continuous testing is also available to support DevOps. The maintenance effort is minimal. We have dedicated support. We can always contact Tricentis if we are facing any technical issue. We have possibility to automate both UI and non-UI. Exploratory testing is also a feature which is available in Tosca, in which business users can record their activity and convert into test cases. We have distributed execution available in Tosca, test data management. These were the few features I've listed out. Now, what are the main components of Tosca Test Suite? Tosca Commander, the GUI which we use for creating our test cases, saving our test cases and all. Tosca Executor, whenever we do the execution, Tosca Executor comes into picture. Tosca Xscan, which is used for scanning our applications. And we have the test repository or common repository where we save our artifacts. What are the benefits of using Tosca as a test automation tool? So scriptless automation, we can automate both UI and non-UI application, which is a limitation with few automation tools which are popular. It provides end-to-end automation testing feature in one tool. We have dedicated customer support. We have integrations available with applications like HPALM, Jira, and other tools as well. It provides inbuilt modules for frequently used automation functions. It provides support for common technologies, SAP, Oracle, HTML, and there are a few more. We have easy object identification features. It comes at a reasonable cost if you compare it in the market, and it has a good graphical user interface. It does provide requirement traceability and risk-based testing approach as well. So these are the few benefits I've listed out. Now coming to this question, what are the different types of error in Tosca? We have verification failure, which is the most basic failure of testing, when expected does not meet actual. So expected output not matching actual output. Second is user abort, when user aborts the execution. Now third is dialog failure. This particular failure exists when the interaction between Tosca and application under test fails. Anything which is not steerable, when it is trying to steer that application, it does not exist or it is not matching, that time we get dialog failure. Let's move to the sixth question. What is execution list? So execution list is actually used to execute test cases and store the logs. Repetition is one feature in execution list which Tosca offers, where we can mention at as many number of times we want to repeat the execution list. Now we have the option to import a section of the test case as well and use it in execution list. The command for execution is F6, or we can use right click and click on run. Coming to the seventh question, what object identification method exists in Tosca? So we have 5 methods. First is identify by properties. This is one of the most stable method. Then we have identify by anchor. Then we have identify by parent, identify by image, and identify by index. So these are the 5 different object identification method which exist in Tosca. Coming to the 8th question, what is the test creation shortcut? So often shortcuts are also asked in interview questions, so I've included few of those here. So Control+N and Control+T. Now what are the different work states which exist in Tosca? So there are 3 different work states. First is planned. second is in work, and third is when your work is completed, you move it to completed state. Coming to the 10th question, how to add module to a test step. So there are two ways you can add a module to a test step. The first is most obvious, we can drag and drop the module. Second is we can right click on the test case, we'll get that search option and we can add the test step. We can use a shortcut Ctrl+T as well for doing so. Now what are the different data types which exist in Tosca? We have string, date, numeric, boolean, password. What is TCP? So TCP stands for test configuration parameter. It is a parameter which can be set for Tosca objects. A certain example of TCP would be like browser, test object version, test environment identifier, etc. Now why is TCP used? Because it enhances your maintenance and it avoids repetition. Now it can be set up at a test case folder level, test cases level, test execution list level, etc. Just one note here, if you're setting it up on all these different levels, whatever TCP you have set on execution list, that is going to take the precedence. Now what are the different action modes which exist in Tosca? We have input, verify, buffer, wait on, select, constraint. What is the select action mode used for? So this is a passive action mode which is used for navigating tables or drop down menus but without engaging with the app. What does constraint action mode do? This action mode allows you to identify one specific item in the list of similar items. It actually limits your search and it should be uniquely identifiable. In case you are finding this video till now good, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel and like my channel as well, like this video as well. Coming to the 16th question, what is buffer in Tosca? So buffer, the term in Tosca is used to refer values which can be saved in Tosca Commander and which can be reused as well. What is business parameter? These business parameters actually allow you to modify values in reusable test step blocks reference without changing the blocks in library. So if you have created a library and there are few values which would be changing, we would create them as business parameters, and whenever anyone is trying to utilize that library, we are going to pass values in the business parameters. So business relevant elements of your test cases whose values you want to steer to your test case. Create in library and drag drop values in section to refer them. Now coming to the loop statements, there are two different type of loops on a broader term. We have incremental loop and we have dynamic loops or conditional loops, if you could say. So incremental loops is where we can set it for a set number of times, like we discussed about the execution list where we can set the repetition. So that is what incremental loop which exists in Tosca. Second is dynamic loop, in which a certain condition needs to be met. So we have while, if and do. How do we use it? So you go to the test case, you right click and you click on the three dots and then you click on create while statement, if statement, and you will get all the options in that. In case of incremental loops, you can set repetitions for the loop as per whatever your need is. Now what are the shortcuts for expanding all and collapse all? Where does this come into picture? So if you have a execution list and you have executed and there are n number of steps in that, for us to analyze where the failure happened or what all steps have happened, we have to manually click on each and everything. Instead of this, we can use the shortcuts of expand all or collapse all. So these are control plus expand and control minus is for collapse. Now how to take screenshots in Tosca? We have two different features. One is a T-box screenshot module which we can use in our test cases, or we have DocuSnapper as well which can be enabled in Tosca settings and can be used for capturing the screenshots. Let me know how you like this video and share your feedback. If there is something to improve, I'll definitely work on that, and I'm going to bring a series of these videos. I hope you guys like it. Thank you. Have a great day. Bye bye.